So when you're in your Google AdWords account to be able to look and see and clean up for negative keywords, you're at this insight and reports. You're going to go to search terms, and then it just depends how often that you actually do this. If you do it once a week, you can do last 7 days. If you do it every single day, you can just do yesterday. It really depends on how often that you do it. So pick your date range, and then I would scroll down to the bottom. You can see there's 400. So I'm just going to change this to 500 so all of them will display. And then they're already sorted by impressions. If I go towards the bottom, you can see that your impressions, meaning how many times your ad showed, is right here. Once I get past, 4 or 5 impressions, I'm not going to really worry about showing up for something. I might scroll through it if I have the time. But in general, it's such a little amount, it's not going to potentially affect anything. So this campaign is about DSCR loans. So as I'm going through this, best mortgage rates in Florida is not a term that I want to show up for, only because if they land on a DSCR page, this isn't going to show them what they want. Now you could save this keyword and do a different type of a campaign for it, but for DSCR specifically, I'm going to go ahead and block this. Same thing for best mortgage rates in Massachusetts. As we're scrolling through this, most of these are DSCR terms that I would want to show up for. Loans, Tampa, also too generic. Everything else, mortgage refinance with cash out, own up, Texas loan, title lenders, Spring Garden lending. This is in Spanish. This is income to debt ratio. I want to block that. Is it hard to get a DSCR loan? They're too early in the researching phase. Spreadsheets, want to block that. So best loan officers, $250,000 loan, $1,000 loan. Those all don't have anything to do with this. EIN loan, Florida loans, home ready, direct, loan care, loans Philadelphia, New Silver, NTC Harbor. Now you can see I'm down to 2 impressions, but if this was my Google AdWords account and I had the time, I would go through every one of these. It will help over time. Okay, and then once you're finally done with going all done, what you're going to do is hit this add as negative keyword. And now it's going to bring you to this page. So when it has the brackets that are like this means that it's an exact match, meaning that the person would have to go to Google and type in loans Tampa exactly like this. If they typed it like this exactly, you would be blocked. Now, if they were to type in, if you were to do it instead of exact match where you put quotes in like this, and let's just say person put best loans Tampa, okay, and you had it in the system as like this, or let me go back and show you. Then it would block it, okay? The problem is what if somebody typed in DSCR loans Tampa? Then yours would not show if you only have the quotes because it has it in it. So for this one, you want to leave as exact because if somebody writes in DSCR, you don't want to block it. So you have to think about, do you want it to be exact match or do you want it to be phrase match? So for example, title lenders, well, that has nothing to do with DSCR. So you might just want this one as a phrase so it blocks out like anything like that. And then what I also do is I usually have my full entire negative keyword list over here. So that way I can just go ahead and keywords that I know will never be a matter to me, I might put here. So typically, uh, right now, so I know where I left off, I might put it in yellow. Let's just say I put in the word title. Okay, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do at the end. But as we scroll down this, you may want to change some of these or just leave them all as exact, but then add them to the list like I'm about to do. Like spring garden, maybe we just want to go ahead and copy that over, put it in quotes. We go to the back. Okay, this is in Spanish, so maybe I just put this word in. And this word in so that anytime that that's potentially there, we're not going to show up for it. So this one's income to debt ratio. So I'm going to leave that exact. So is it hard to get a DSCR loan? That's really up to you if you want to show up for that keyword or not. But what I'm going to do potentially for me is I would just take out, is it hard? So anytime somebody types that in, we don't get it. And then spreadsheets. And then I'm also going to do spreadsheet. So that way, if they do it either way, I'm blocking both. And so on and so forth as you go through this. So once you've gone through all of them, you're going to go ahead and click save. And then what you're going to do is down here, there's another section that says keywords. You want to make sure that you're in the correct campaign that you want to do it with. So I'm going to do this DSCR. Then you're going to click this negative keywords, hit this plus button, and then save to new or existing DSCR negative. I'm just going to go to the list that I just created of other keywords that I want to be as a phrase match. I'm going to copy those and I'm going to paste those in, and then I'm going to go ahead and click save. Now, if you have multiple campaigns, you'll want to do it where you're doing it one campaign at a time. So search terms, he has 2 campaigns that are running. You'll want to just do this one and do all the negative keywords. And then once you're done, go to the drop down and then you'll want to do the next one. Because certain things you'll want to block for DSCR that you wouldn't want to block for DSCR calculator. For example, if you're just going after DSCR, the keyword, and you're not landing them on a calculator page, then I would want to negative keyword calculator for the general campaign, and for the calculator campaign, I would not want to block that keyword. As you're looking at these, you can also see your average cost per click here. So a couple that stand out to me would be this one right here, $15.44. This is for DSCR calculator. And the term is DSCR loan rates. Well, we're not really going after rates for this. This is calculator, and it's an expensive keyword. So for me, I would probably block this keyword. It's very expensive for what it is. I have, no conversions for this. So I would do it as an exact. That way it doesn't pop up on this campaign specifically. And then I would go ahead and click save. Now you might want to block it on both your campaigns, but definitely going to block it on this one. So if you do this consistently, then you keep cleaning up your campaigns and it'll get better and better over time.